But San Antonio didn't panic.
Okay, first play, we're going to go wedge down to Tim. See what they do. Wedge down.
The Spurs would look to their strength and pound where the Knicks were weak.
Duncan wants to go on Larry Johnson again. Backs him down for the right block. Jump shot, fadeaway. Good.
Larry Johnson has no chance against Tim Duncan.
Out to Duncan. One dribble, right hand finger roll is good.
I am New York right now. I get that ball out of Duncan's hands. You can't let him beat you right now.
Deep in low, easy for Tim Duncan. And it's a standing ovation for the Spurs who lead by 12. An 18-point half. And the Spurs open up their biggest lead of the game.
At halftime, New York adjusted. They might be undersized, but they wouldn't be undermanned.
We got to run both ways. Run both ways. Make a push right here. Come out with more intensity. Go. 1, 2, 3.
The Knicks have been very aggressive on defense.
New York would swarm Duncan on every possession.
They go low to Duncan. Tim Duncan goes flying.
He got hit and knocked down. The Knicks have done a great job on the Spurs down low, being very aggressive on the block.
Crowding the low post with multiple defenders, the Knicks now triggered their fast break attack and clawed their way back into the game.
Picked up by Houston, lobbed into the front court to Sprewell, strong to the basket, right-hand scoop is good. Knicks refusing to go away here.
Let's just get in the strong corner, and if we don't have it right away, swing it, and let's get the chase. Do it one time. Okay, just swing it and get that chase down there. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter. Whoever that guy is.
The Spurs would respond with poise. There was open space on the perimeter.
Elliott hits the three.
And they had the shooters to fill it.
Jackson forces one for the right corner. Good. Under great duress in the corner.
Now you're turning loose the shooters.
Jackson, three is good. He's made one from the right and now from the left.
Jackson takes a wild off-balance three, and that's the kind of season and playoff run it's been for San Antonio.
Jaren Jackson has been dynamite from three-point land.
Boy, just about the time it looks like New York's going to be knocked out of it, they fight back.
Sprewell holding, one dribble, pull-up, jump shot, off the front rim, and jammed down by Camby.
The Knicks would gamely try to counter, but the Spurs were unrelenting, and Duncan finished the game with a flourish.
And the story, Tim Duncan, 33 points, 16 rebounds.
The killer. The Knicks are just a little bit short on everything.
The San Antonio Spurs have defeated the New York Knicks 89-77.
Great game. That's number one. That's a big one. That's one that they've gotten everywhere they've gone, number one. They're in the finals. We know why they're in the finals. They're a hell of a good team. They're aggressive. They're tough. They get after it. But we're going to play for more of those 48 minutes than they are, and that's why you're here right now. Let's keep it up.
Grind it out every game, baby.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Alamo Dome, where the favorite Spurs will attempt to make it 2 in a row over the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals.
For Game 2, the Knicks decided that the best way to go after a giant is right at its heart.
Move the ball. Move their sides. Attack. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
New York would challenge the Spurs' big men inside, but San Antonio's defense had been answering challenges all year.
Ward slithers through, and Duncan says, get that mess out of here.
What are the Knicks trying to do? They're trying to get to the basket, and the Spurs won't cooperate. They're contesting every shot.
Shot clock violation, San Antonio basketball.
You know what I'm saying? I was backing up to let you do
I should have went through him.
But no, I'm going to let you know a little earlier that the pick is coming.
The Spurs' cohesive team defense left the Knicks nowhere to drive and no room to pass.
Back to Childs, cut off in the paint, stolen by Malik Rose.
But the Spurs' offense was having its own troubles with the stubborn defense of the Knicks.
Obviously, the Spurs are deeper, and with Duncan and Robinson much more talented down low. But the Knicks are playing their hearts out here.
But as much heart as the Knicks showed, the Spurs were determined to break it.
Elliott, cross court, left to Mario Elliott. Looking for Duncan down low. Can't get him, now lobs the ball. Tim makes the catch, feeds Robinson for a layup that is good, and he's fouled.
Sideline right into the hands of Sprewell. Guarded by Elliott. Drives baseline. Spins inside. Fade away. Teardrop is good.
The Knicks' playoff plan was simple. keep it close and hope for a big play at the end to win it. But up by 3 in the closing seconds of the third period, the Spurs had no intention of cooperating.
Kerr starts the dribble. 7 to shoot.
Left wing, left corner to Elliott. Drives baseline underneath. It's up and good. And he's fouled with 2.5 to go on the clock.
And man, does that hurt if you're looking at this from New York's perspective, as it could be a three-point play. This could double the lead here in the last 3 seconds of this quarter.
And once again, Tim Duncan delivered a crushing blow.
Get up, Tim.
Off the rim, no good. Duncan rebounds and puts it back.
This is even worse for New York. Duncan with the rebound. It's a 4-point trip down the floor.
The resilient Knicks tried to summon the strength for a fourth quarter run.
Read Chris Childs. He clears you. You're coming up. Re-screen. If Allen's got one-on-one, ball goes here. Get.
But once again, San Antonio's defense refused to yield.
Back inside Duncan. Duncan's cross-court pass. Blow the anvil. And the Spurs are tightening the noose again.
And as Duncan provided the capper, the Spurs grabbed the game and control of the series.
And the San Antonio Spurs have held serve and taken the first 2 games of the NBA Finals. 2 down, 2 to go.
In the minds of many of these fans, they're giving their champions-to-be a send-off. They don't think they're coming back here for a Game 6.
More, baby. Way to stay concentrated today. It was ugly. But we stayed in there, baby. Way to work. Way to work, baby.
I'm saying stay tough. What you said, 48-minute grind, right? That's what I'm saying.
When the finals moved to New York, the Spurs' playoff winning streak had reached an NBA record 12 games. And if they felt any butterflies about playing on Broadway's big stage, they didn't show it.
As soon as you get out the car, you'll be walking up the hall, and then they won't ask me, what you think about the game? Who? The camera people.
The camera people.
The camera people.
Camera people. I'm in the New York State of mind.
We are at Madison Square Garden. We are ready for Game 3 between the Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs, but are the Knicks ready?
If the Spurs feared anything, it was complacency, facing a team that didn't appear to have any way to stop them.
And the matchups. Who defends Duncan and Robinson?
But early on, the Spurs seemed to stop themselves.
They go back down through the Admiral. Camby the defender. Back to the paint. Outside Duncan. Roam around now. And Elliott loses the ball out of bounds. San Antonio turns it over to the Knicks.
And as the Spurs stumbled, the Knicks gained new life.
Turns, spins, drives, and hits. Allen Houston with the scoop shot.
Out to Johnson with 7 on the shot clock. Johnson in the paint. Double pump fadeaway. Look what I found.
Back come the Knicks. Houston plays the ricochet. Moves down. Pulls for the 3. Yes! Allen Houston hits the 3, and it leads to another San Antonio timeout. The Knicks open up a 9-point lead.
Big stop here. Watch back picks, no lobs. Get the stop, come back at it. Minute by minute, possession by possession.
The Spurs quickly regained their composure. The question was, would it be too late?
Rebound Duncan. He's got Ellie down the floor. Mario going in, slam dunk. Mario Ellie with the basket.
Here comes Avery Johnson. He's to the front court, to the right sideline. Down low it goes to Duncan. Back to Johnson on the run. Give and go. Johnson hits on the drive.
Another one of those scoring grounds by New York as San Antonio has upped the level of their defense. New York has not been able to score.
Jaren Jackson chased by Houston, so Duncan's got it on the block. Turn, jump, hook, good! We're tied.
Watch out for the spin out lob, all right?
All right.
Hey, you know what? We can remind you about 50 things. You guys dig in and get a stop, a board, 5 out, get a score.
Come on, rebound.
The Spurs had run the Knicks down like a tired sprinter. But surprisingly, the Knicks had another run left.
Slips in the paint, picks the dribble up, got to send it back. Sprewell cuts down the lane, back over to Johnson, right baseline. Oh, a bad miss. Oh, an ugly air ball. And a diving, hustling move. Houston battles it in a three. Houston bails them out. So the first field goal for the Knicks in 6 minutes, and it is a huge one.
Stunned by the Knicks' resilience, the Spurs seemed to falter, and it was New York who surged to victory.
And that may finish San Antonio.
Dropped low, Houston rises up on the baseline. Oh, Camby over the top. Marcus Camby delivers as he skies over everybody and slams it down. The Candy Man can do.
And the Knicks at the feet of the Spurs, 89-81.
Every other team, the Spurs have slapped on their home floor in Game 3. Not the Knicks, not tonight. There will be no sweep. In fact, there may very well be a series now.
No sweep! No sweep, baby! No sweep!
Push!
After their first defeat in weeks, the Spurs went back to basics.
The loss. We got so refocused after the loss. Knowing that there are going to be a lot of things against us. We just had to focus on what we were doing.
Power flare.
We didn't want to be in a situation where we're at their house and the series all tied up.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Madison Square Garden, the Spurs and the Knicks, Game 4. Ties it up tonight.
And even in the story where David defeated Goliath, it was an order. Goliath got to say his little piece. The Knicks had a chance to say their piece, and now it's our turn to go on out there and finish it up.
In case you didn't notice, we have a series after all. The Knicks were dead and buried, according to most, but guess who stood up in Game 3? Now there is the seed of doubt.
As the game began, neither team left any doubt about their determination.
Elliott off the dribble, flashes paint, layup, good!
Oh, the Spurs much more aggressive and intense than they were in Game 3.
Here's Ward back to the basket, left side. Avery's the defender, screen, Larry behind him, fires. Yes, the three! Charlie Ward!
Back up the Spurs. Elliott open to the left, Johnson driving. He has the ball lost. Charlie Ward steals. Ward steals it. Picked him clean. And Ward glides in, dishes. Camby! Oh, Charlie Ward!
What's up with Charlie Ward?
The Spurs took a slim lead into the half, but the Knicks were staying too close for comfort.
Both teams executing their offenses extremely well. The Spurs, they played a great game, and the Knicks are still within striking distance.
When we get a rebound, we're running. We're running a break, right? So we got to run the break every time.
In the second half, San Antonio tried to open up some breathing room.
Sprewell looks Johnson. Johnson bobbles. Johnson loose ball. Turn it over.
And it's going to be picked up by Sean Elliott. So the Knicks turn it over, and here come the Spurs. Johnson on across the midcourt line to Elliott. Down low to Duncan. Puts it up off the glass and in. And now the Spurs making the Knicks pay.
San Antonio looking to put the whip down.
Cross court it goes Elliott. In the corner, Sean. He'll shoot a three.
From the corner. Here's Elliott. Yes! It's Sprewell. Pounds it down on the floor. Kick it out of Camby. Missed on the drive. Out of control. Robinson ball. Here comes Johnson.
Spurs break back 3-on-2. Johnson driving. Feeds Mario Elliott. He goes in reverse layup. Good. And he's fouled.
And it's huge for San Antonio.
Biggest lead of the game for San Antonio. The Spurs are very confident now that they will slam the door.
The Spurs were dominating the game, but the Knicks were disturbingly comfortable with their backs against the wall.
Listen, right here, you guys put a squeeze on it. You get a stop and a score. Stop, score.
Here's Avery Johnson between the rings to Elliott. His pass stolen by Sprewell.
Stolen. Sprewell. He's got it. And he goes. Slam dunk. Tomahawk. Pressure now. Bad pass. Turn it over.
The Knicks picking up some drive here as the ball is thrown away. An inexplicable turnover.
Back to Charlie Ward. They're going to go low block, turn around. Houston, yes! The Madison Square Garden crowd rocking.
Houston, Camby.
Pick and roll. Camby over Duncan. Oh, baby. It's a 2-point game.
This New York team will just not die. They will not go away.
And for the first time this series, as I look across the floor at the Spurs, there's concern on those faces.
Anybody's game yet, Brent?
We're about to find out what the Spurs are made of.